Everyone, welcome to a Social Club special. The season is a third of the way through, there or thereabouts, so we thought we'd do a quarterly review. That makes sense.
Signing of the season so far, Mustafi.
Oh God, obviously. Who'd thunk it? He only cost 30 million, didn't he? 35?
34.
Why is he up there?
Mustafi's been excellent for us this season. He's come in. He's given us Arsenal a defensive solidity.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's just been brilliant. He's just come in and he's fitted in straight away. That's one of the most difficult things, especially as a defender, when you come into the Premier League to fit in.
Yeah.
You know, normally it takes players a season, but he's just straight in, and he's been awesome.
So a couple of times I've seen Mustafi, I've not been overly impressed. And get it, I'm a bias.
Here we go.
I'm biased. Against Spurs, he weren't great. And nor was Koscielny.
he was. Yeah, both of them actually didn't have their greatest game
Yeah.
against Spurs. But on the whole, for most of the season, that partnership has been brilliant.
So what's his strongest attributes, Mustafi?
Oh, he's got a bit of pace about him,
Yeah.
but he's
Strong, isn't he?
He's very combative. He's very strong. You know, he's like an old-fashioned, English defender.
How much did you pay for him?
35 million.
£35 million. So I'm going to throw Joel Matip in there. He's been incredible. He completely changed how Liverpool defend, and we got him on a free transfer as well.
Your defence ain't been that great, though, has it?
We've conceded.
Liverpool, you conceded a lot. It's been a bit leaky.
Our first choice back forward of Karius, Milner, Matip, Lovren, and Klein have only conceded 2 goals.
Can I throw another defender in?
Yeah, go on.
David Luiz. How do we feel about that?
Your initial reaction is to go, David Luiz,
don't be so silly.
But look at that since they moved to the back three. They've conceded a goal in that entire time, and he looks like the perfect fit for what they've been trying to do. I think he could do a lot with.
They look solid at the back. Spurs had a good game against them, but probably, we never really carved them
Conceded
open.
3 against us.
That's very true, but it's actually since that game that they've kind of turned it around.
What's up with his cue? I still hit the ball anyway. On Chelsea, actually, Kante.
Yeah.
Kante's been a great signing.
That has been.
Yeah.
But we kind of knew.
I didn't know that you say that, but there's got to be a part of you when a guy goes from that Leicester side in particular, and you think he's clearly class, but will he be able to fit in a new team, a lot more responsibility? He actually looks better in some respects. The goal he scored in particular, you're like, who? What? You know what I mean? Like dribbling through. That could be a shout, but is anyone going to throw the attacking suggestions out? Because
Mane,
6 goals, I think, 3 assists.
A lot of money. I thought well overpaid. I've just thought, and that's an insane amount of money to pay for a player who's kind of done it sporadically at times at Southampton, but he's gone and been consistent. And against Tottenham, start of the season when we were defensively sound, tore us a new one down that right hand side.
Robbie can attest that.
He's been a good player.
Now he's come in.
Dynamics,
He can play in different positions across the front three as well. He can play behind the striker. He's been scoring goals, hasn't he? That's the thing. He's been scoring goals, getting assists as well, which is crucial.
Joe Allen.
So everyone loves Joe Allen.
Everyone loves Joe Allen.
Is this Joe Allen?
Decent, no, he's been decent.
Yeah, and he was great for Wales as well. I know it doesn't count, but he kind of.
Yeah, that doesn't impact how good a signing he was, to be fair.
I'd say Kante personally. I think he's made Chelsea such a formidable force. He's improved the way they defend, he's improved the way they attack, and him and Matic have just been at the hub of everything that's good about the way they played this season.
I'm going to try to be unbiased there. I do think Mustafi's been brilliant. It's been a brilliant signing for us. But I'm going to go Mane. I think he's been exceptional this season. It surprised me at how good he's been, even though he went for a big amount of money. But he's frightening defences at the moment, and I've been really impressed. Mane for me.
I don't think Mane's been really good. I think if he's not our top goal scorer, he's joint top goal scorer in the Premier League. But I would still say that actually Firmino and Coutinho have been better than him, which isn't this category anyway. But
so you go.
If Robbie's going for Mane, I'll go for Mane.
So I'm going to go for Kante, which puts us at a dead level. Do you think, what Kante, what Leicester are missing without him shows how formidable a defensive midfielder he is. And Chelsea have been superb with Kante as well. So what do we do? player signing the season.
Well, do you want to have? I'll let you have the casting vote on this if you want.
What can say then?
Flav, you were quite adamant that you wanted Sissoko in here.
Two Spurs players in this.
Yeah, we got Sissoko. He's bad. Look, it's not his fault. It's not his fault, right?
Is it not?
He's just been asked to play, and
Robbie, is it your goal?
he's out of form.
No, I've potted it,
I think he's enjoying this, and he's coming off the back of the Euros where everyone was raving about him and saying how is Moussa Sissoko in this French team and getting to the final of the Euros?
Yeah.
Spurs
Panic buy.
It kind of felt like that a little bit. You know, it was who was going to panic most, and we panicked more than Everton.
Thankfully.
And you know, he's come to add to his abject performances. He's also come out and started criticising things like Wembley, and there's been rumours of him being unhappy about not being in the squad for the Chelsea game. All of it is leading towards a very kind of unsavoury end and very quick end, I think.
Pogba.
Oh, that's a bit off.
Comments will be going.
Yeah.
No.
The fact that you said that is a bigger issue.
No, you know what? Because here's the thing. I think Pogba's worth the discussion because, I think he is a tremendous footballer. He is terrific. I said this before,
But
I thoroughly enjoy watching him play football. He's so graceful. He's got so much vision. His skill, fantastic. But you put £90 million for him, and really.
But that's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. But what has he? In terms of the signing of the season, we're not judging. We're judging on players who've been bought.
Very much. Yeah,
and if we're able to say Joel Matip was value for money for free, how's Pogba justifying the money that was spent on him? I don't think he is. Sorry, Man United fans who are currently frothing at the mouth watching this video.
Not bad. I don't think he has been the worst, but certainly he hasn't lived up, has he?
Now he's at United and the spotlight's on him again. It looks as though he's taken a bit of time to adjust to it. But I think he's actually improved and getting better over the last few weeks.
Yeah, recently he's been playing all right. I can't have him in there. That's the worst.
Zaza?
Oh, yeah, he's been awful, he has. I mean, I think close it down now. He's been the worst.
What do you reckon?
Zaza at West Ham, he's been terrible.
He's been pony. He has absolutely terrible.
I mean, they don't even want to play him because they've got some clause that if they play him a certain amount of games, they have to keep him. So,
But they brought him on in the 97th minute against United at the weekend, which is remarkable when you consider they got that clause.
Maybe the clause is that he has to play a whole game or something. He's been awful.
Any other interesting shouts?
We said Mkhitaryan at the last moment because that again a lot of money.
Oh, Robbie, that is a shot.
That wasn't a Mkhitaryan shot. That's what
he's obviously they spent a lot of money. Done really well at Dortmund last year.
It's a great player.
Great player, but apparently not quite there on a mental level. He struggles under high pressure environments.
This has come from Mourinho, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. Apparently, this is an issue in Dortmund as well. In some instances, he struggled mentally to get his head around it. He does well against weaker teams or teams that he doesn't experience as much pressure as you.
Oh, you bastard! That was the goal. I'm sure Robbie just put a foot down there on the corner.
Do you know what? On the Mkhitaryan thing, I've got a friend and he's a Dortmund season ticket holder, and he said to me, he goes, first season Mkhitaryan came, it was rubbish. But the second and third season, that's when he... So maybe he's one of these players who takes a bit of time to get going.
Around the table, who are you going? Should we sort of say it
Should we just have 1, 2, 3 Zaza?
Yeah. Fucking Sissoko's got out of jail, hasn't he?
Only because Zaza exists. Manchester United being shit.
Okay, so in the start of the season, we did a season predictor. Yeah. We decided where every team would finish in the league.
Yeah, I heard about that. Where did you have Arsenal?
Yeah, 6th. The season's not over yet.
Okay.
And,
team that's never finished outside the top 4 in 6th. that had improved their team.
Robbie,
that finished second last.
I got off that.
Yeah, you're going to get hate.
Good. But Man United, this shows how much I know basically. Man United, I had in my head, I was like, Mourinho, he had a bad season under Chelsea, but it might have been a bit of an anomaly. He has brought Pogba, Ibrahimovic, Mkhitaryan, Bailly back. That's a lot of dough on 4 potentially world-class players, and nothing.
It's their worst ever start to a Premier League season.
Really?
Do you not think the squad's really out of sync though and unbalanced? I think I've seen a stat before saying they've ran less than any other team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at the players that you've got, and you think a Mourinho team typically would be full of players who put the effort in a physical, really good fitness. And you look at the players they've got, I think Pogba's a little bit in discipline in that sense. Ibrahimovic doesn't really work hard up front. Rooney's not really got that in him anymore. Mata's not really that type of player. And I just think the squad he's got at his disposal is just so out of sync and just not really full of players that you'd have in a Mourinho side. And I think that's probably a product of their transfer policy, where it's just throwing money at high-profile players that are available that might not really fit what the manager wants.
Well, this is the thing that I think all of that's makes complete sense. And before the season started, I didn't see an unbalanced squad. I saw a quality squad with what was a quality manager. West Ham as well. I mean, I don't know how much of it is a part of this.
Is that a
Look how well they did last
was-
season.
but
Look how well they did last season. They moved to a new stadium. You know, everybody was upbeat in the summer about West Ham, saying that you know, this is going to be a year where they're really going to step up, and they ain't. They've gone backwards.
How much of it is
Everything's gone wrong. The stadium's gone wrong. The players ain't worked. Even Payet hasn't really been performing
But
this
how
year.
much
West Ham's a good shout.
I think West Brom have done pretty well.
Yeah.
Scored, beat Burnley 4-0, beat West Ham 4-2 the other week as well, haven't they? I think they're ninth in the table now, only a couple of points behind United, 1 point behind Everton, so I think they've had a pretty good season.
All right, but it's Man United and West Ham, innit?
Yeah.
So out of the two, who are you most surprised by?
West Ham. No, actually, I think I've got to go United, because I actually thought with the amount of signings that they've brought in that they would have a decent season. And so far, it's the worst start.
Yeah.
And like you said, Mourinho, you know, the investment that they made, I think, it's got to be United.
I'm going to say United as well.
Yeah, I agree with United.
Conte and Klopp. I can't really see past either of those. I don't know. If I had to pick out the two at the moment, I'd say
Wenger in there, actually.
about Conte. Wenger's expected
Throw
to
Wenger in there. He's only lost
Why?
one game. Only lost one game this season.
You're fourth and you're third.
Only lost one game. 3 points off the top. Only lost one game this season.
you should be there, though.
Huh?
You should be there.
Only
Liverpool
lost one game this season.
Liverpool finished what, 7th or 8th last season?
You've got no Champions League
got it.
football.
No, true
You
enough.
can go full pelt at the thing. Arsenal, they haven't lost a game in the Champions League. They haven't lost a game they've only lost one game in the Premier League. Wenger's what? I'm not saying he has been the best, but he deserves a shout in it.
Who had
Well, you
Robbie?
mentioned
Who had
before-
Robbie picking Wenger in the YouTube comment sweepstake?
Huh?
Let us know.
You can't. You know,
Look,
you
you're right,
can't
you
talk
can't,
about it and
but-
not mention it.
The problem is with Wenger is the bar is for him, he's raised it so high himself that you kind of expect this from Arsenal, and this is kind of like the man. Yeah, you're right. I mean, to say 20 years on the bounce to just consistently do it, he's incredible.
I think.
Kind
I
of
think,
take it for granted, don't you? In a
Yeah.
way.
I think Conte, you know, because they were having a bad period, and for them to be where they are, and for him to change it around and that has been good. But I'd have to go for. I think I'd have to go for Klopp. I think he has been, you know, he's been excellent this season, and it's the way he's got Liverpool playing, their style of play, and I think if you look at Liverpool, they had quite a difficult start to the season. You know what I mean, they've had to play us, they've had to play Man United, they've had to play Tottenham,
Chelsea.
you know, they've had to play Chelsea, you know, and the only game he slipped up against was Burnley. But I mean, you
dominated that
know,
as well,
yeah, but I'd go for Klopp.
All right.
It's got
to be Conte for me, just based on where Chelsea were
Was he
last season. Not because of Everton. I think it's really, really close. But I think the fact that he came in and took over a Chelsea team that were on the knees at the back end of last season.
Yeah, that's a good
and we've
shout.
spoken about David Luiz, the great job he's done with him, the great job he's done with Victor Moses. He's transformed Diego Costa again. He's looking like the best striker in Europe at the moment. Hazard's playing well, and he's done it all with that different system that we've not really seen much of in the Premier League here. I think he's been such a refreshing presence. I think it's Flav. He's been such a refreshing presence, and I think for Chelsea fans as well, having that dour version of Mourinho last season, and you know the club having so much negative press all the time. I think someone like him who's just cultivated such a positive atmosphere he's been fantastic. I think he's probably my best manager of the season so far.
Look, Costa wasn't shit. Hazard wasn't shit. They're two world-class players. Absolute prime PK's world-class.
Point, yeah.
And all he's done is revitalise them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll leave this one out. I'll leave this one out.
You're right, Rob. So what we say, it's 2 for 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, look, we'll say both. We'll say both again.
I think it's so close. I'm happy to concede either way on this one. Really, it's really tight between them top two.
Okay, yeah. Conte or Klopp, let us know.
Yeah, there you go. Well, let us know in the comments. I thought the lack of European football would prevent, would enable Liverpool and Chelsea to cement a place in that top 4, 100%. But challenge for the league, I didn't see that. And the fact that I said Man United were going to win the league, then yes, obviously it's changed because now, and again, things change so
Well, you now think that Mourinho's done, don't you?
He's done. He's all over for him, and you know, he's wound up a lot of people, and this is the price he paid. Judgment.
Put the pressure on, sure.
I know, man. I hoped Man United wouldn't do particularly well. Obviously, I didn't expect Conte to have the impact that he's had. I think Man City would always. I thought Man City were going to walk away with this.
And me.
So it's changed in so much as I don't necessarily think that's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
But now I would say I think it could be. It could be 1 of 4. Maybe 5 teams at a stretch, so I'm no longer dead set on that Man City are absolutely going to walk away with
Well,
it.
yeah, after the season started, and I was looking at the way Man City played, I thought that they were the team. But
It's changed me because I thought that United had a shout this year with the players that they brought in, but they've been. I just can't believe how poor they've been, drawing all them games. The first sort of signs was when they played City, and the way in which City destroyed them. I was like, hold on a minute. And then when they went to play Liverpool, and the way they went so defensive, I was like, you know what? Nah, they ain't gonna win the league this year. They're playing like that. And yeah, that's been the biggest surprise for me. Liverpool have also really surprised me how good they've been. I think they're genuine title contenders, Liverpool.
I think the standards that's been set by Liverpool and Chelsea in these last couple of months in particular has been so high that I think the level of the intensity they both play with, the tactical acumen of both of them, I don't think we've seen those levels in the Premier League for a while. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can maintain them for that tough spell.
And I even think in terms of like Liverpool, the teams often come better in the second half of the season. Like Chelsea, that have become adapted better to what Conte is trying to do. Again, the shackles tend to come off in like January, February, don't they? So it could be massively exciting.
should we put our balls on the table then?
Literally?
So to speak.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I didn't realise that's where it was going, but go on.
I'm not with you guys on this one, aren't I?
Well, you're not going to put your balls on the table.
No.
Okay, right. But let's have your opinion. And who's going to win the league?
Chelsea.
I think Chelsea too.
I think Liverpool are going to win it. Of course I do.
Go with Arsenal.
So Chelsea.
So Chelsea it is. Chelsea are going to win the league.
All right.
Let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comments below. This has been good. Yeah. So 1 apiece, Robbie and Flav in the killer tournament. We'll be back here in a few months' time to see.
Around February time, I think. It's good time,
yeah, cool. Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this, let us know in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts on any of the topics that we've discussed. And if you haven't done so already, drop a subscribe on the Ball Street YouTube channel as well, gents. Should we have another?
Bravo. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, mate.